Welcome back to Heart Talks with Anita Bahal. I hope wherever you all are, you guys are having a lovely day. And as you know, I hope that you are finding that time to do mental, physical, and spiritual activities daily. Today, I'll be talking about giving within your capacity. So many times we see love in a very wrong way. We see it as transactional. We think, I love this person, so I cook, I serve, I give, I do so much for this person. Let's say it can be a friend, it can be a parent, it could be anyone. So you do so much. Let's say cooking, we are using this example. And then one day you visit this friend, but they never even offer you a drink. Now you don't say anything, you have fun, you laugh, you laugh so heartily that day with that friend, you realize you hadn't laughed that way in ages. Now that is priceless. Now instead of you focusing on the jokes and the fun you had, you go home and you're like, you won't believe she didn't even offer me a drink. Now you have to remember, not because you love to cook, you love to do, to share, to probably go in your garden, pick something, cut it up, cook it on the spot. Maybe that person doesn't like to cook. Maybe that person loves to give jokes and you had your best laugh ever. So in that moment, you have to look deeply. And I mean, look really deeply. And that's where communication comes in. We have to really stop thinking how we are and wanting others to be. Of course, we can inspire them to do better things, but not necessarily be like us. So somebody may not like cooking, they may not like cleaning, they may not like big gatherings. Maybe you like big gatherings, but they don't like it. Observe them enough, know them enough to embrace who they are, to accept them, to love them as they are. So whether they gave you a drink, whether they took you to their home, whether, whatever they did, let it be enough. In the way of not being transactional, just don't think that they have to give you what you gave them. Stay away from that. And, this really makes us more mindful of the other. It increases communication, and you never have to feel like they're treating you less. I see many times people say, oh, I've always been there for this person or that person, but when I was in trouble, they weren't there for me. Maybe they don't know how to be there for you. Maybe they are going through a time of their life that they haven't shared, that they can't even be there for themselves right now, far less for you. Interestingly enough, we always see it. I see it or even I've experienced it, I should say. Like people would say to my husband sometimes, I sure those family members never even thought of you, but now they want something, they're calling you up. Now this is wrong thinking. Do you ever call up a doctor if you didn't need one? Honestly? Or would you even call up really a lessons teacher if you didn't want lessons? Or would you go to the grocery if you didn't want grocery? Usually not. So, I personally haven't evolved a little more now and more aware. Nothing is wrong with that. You would call these people when in that time. There's a need for it. There's something you may want, and you will call them in that time. And actually, on the other end, if we become more aware, I think it's a beautiful time to serve. So if somebody looks for you right now for something, they want a plant, or they know, you might make some dish really well. It's up to you to say yes or no. But if you can, if this is within your capacity and you're able to do it, look at it as an opportunity to serve. And last but not least, to end here, to give you a very close example, recently I asked Safraz, which is my husband, to make me a cup of tea. And I put the cup here so I will remember, because I don't write notes for these talks. So he was making the cup of tea in this cup. Now, this is a nice cup. Yes, I agree. with the lighting here. I don't know if you can see the pattern, but the rim of the cup, to me, in my view, in my perception, was very, very thick. So I find sometimes if I'm going to drink from this cup, I just find like, I don't know, it's pretty thick when I put it in my mouth. I just find it uncomfortable. So he was bringing it in this, but I smiled and I tracked back and I paused and I was so aware because I know he will tell Anjali and us that he likes this cup. He likes to drink. This is one of his favorite cups. So imagine he was choosing his favorite cup to share with me. But I don't like this cup. In fact, I like a thinner cup. One like this is probably a little nicer for me, that I actually made some tea here. But my point is, he was giving in a really nice way. He was giving something that he loved. He was giving something that he thought was really awesome, one of his best cups to serve me. And this is how most people are. They are really giving from their capacity. So if we can embrace that and understand that, they are not us. They can't be us. We should want them to be us. And we should be grateful for whatever they can offer us. And so too, whenever we can offer from our capacity, we should do it. And I was also looking at a video online today. It was so beautiful. A guy from Trinidad and Tobago was sharing his crop. Because on these unprecedented times, many of us, are alone. Many of us may have lost jobs, don't have food. And he was sharing his crop for free with others. So in these times, to use your whatever in your capacity, whatever is your talent, skill, joy, whatever you have that you can share with the world to make it a better place, do that. Just do it. And don't feel you have to reciprocate and dance to the beat of anyone. Do it from your capacity. If you can sing to someone and uplift them, have a beautiful story for them. If you could, probably make them a cup of tea if they visited, take a walk outdoors, send them a beautiful meditation, whatever. So again, I want us to not only look in our narrow view about us, but understand what the other person is doing. Look deeply. So remember, give from your capacity and allow others to do the same. Love and light, Anita. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I hope wherever you are staying safe. And may we all reach out and help each other in these times. And always, love and light. Namaste.